Hey, it's good to see you. Thanks for checking out this video. I really appreciate it. If you end up liking it, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing, sharing it with someone who you think might enjoy it. Really appreciate it. Really helps out my channel. So today we're going to be talking about Delta Force Season 9 and also the map Aftershock, which I believe was the new map for Season 8, but we'll get started with Season 9. Delta Force is still a good, fun time of a game to play. The issue that I've been having with it lately is that they made some pretty significant changes to the way that the maps work. You need to download an extra map pack and then you can play on all the maps, but not everybody has done that, so you mostly play the same 4 maps over and over again, which really boils down to like a lot of Aftershock, a lot of Akanal, a lot of Cracked are the ones that I play the most, which does get to be a bit old. They're not terrible maps by any stretch, but when you're playing them over and over and over again, it does get really annoying. So hopefully more people will become aware of the change that they made, or they end up reversing the change, which would be really nice. I understand why they did it to save on space or whatever, but at this point, not enough people know about it. I feel like that it's like gonna make a real difference. You now are stuck in games that don't ever fill up and everything like that, so it kind of sucks, but it is what it is for now. Season 9 did bring a new operator, 2 new guns, the M82, which I made a short on, and I'm working on a short for the other new weapon, the AR-57. The new operator is a recon operator who has a sound signature machine, I guess, and that's how you track where people are. They show up as little dots on your screen. A little bit more effective, I think, than Luna's arrow, but they can destroy it, so you could maybe get one thing where it shows you where people are and then it's destroyed. So I haven't really played that operator very much. I've been focused on the Season 8 operator, which was the new medic. She's very good. I really enjoy her abilities and her kit a lot, more than I do the other healers. Currently, she has an ult that when you use it, you can remotely revive people, which is really helpful, I think. The ult charges pretty quickly. The new map this season is Akanal. The first time I played it, I didn't think it was that bad of a map, and the gameplay that you're seeing is from the very first time that I played it. It was fun attacking on it. I think that attack in this game is just inherently more fun than defense for the most part. But Akanal quickly kind of became a map that I kind of dread playing on because of the way that it's set up. For defense, it's pretty standard, but I think the design with the wide open areas and everything, like, I kind of think that's a mistake. I understand they need to make lanes for snipers and everything, but, and as someone who loves sniping and even loves sniping in Delta Force, it really does just end up being like a huge empty feeling map, and the flow is a little weird to me. Once you get past the first objective, the next 2 objectives are pretty standard, and then once you get to the 3rd objective, it's in a ship. It can be a little bit difficult to get into, but it can also be really difficult to defend, because once you do get a foothold, you know, I mean, it's just the way that the game works. And from there you go on to the docks, and that is where the last 3 objectives are. Sometimes you only play 2, sometimes there's a 3rd one. It depends on if you blow up D1, and then it switches to D3, which goes underground. And there can be some really good fun fighting there, but I find myself being more annoyed playing the map than I do not being annoyed. But I don't think it's inherently like a bad map. I did have fun playing on it when I first started playing on it, and I would say like the first like 5 times, and maybe it's just because it's in the rotation so often that I'm just more tired of it than I am annoyed by it. A lot of people don't like it, but I haven't gotten a real opinion on why they don't, so it's really hard to know what the community at large thinks about it. There's only a couple of maps that I think everyone can agree is just not a very good map. Overall, I'm glad that they're still making the maps, you know, like adding new maps and adding new weapons and everything. I'm glad that the game is still getting good support because I do really enjoy the game as a whole. The next little bit of gameplay that I have is actually pretty old. I was going to make a video of this back when the map was brand new, but I never did. I don't remember why. I think I just got caught up doing other stuff. I started streaming again, whatever. The map is called Aftershock. This is one of the maps that I think the community can agree is just not a very good map. I hate Aftershock. I think it's a poorly optimized map. It does not feel good. The screen shake when the earthquake stuff happens is not fun to play with. Everything, like the debris and the buildings falling down, it just adds so much to the game that it chugs the server because the server can't really keep up. I have had more people leave Aftershock games than any other map. I think that Cyclone is not a very good map, but I would rather play Cyclone than I would Aftershock. Aftershock is just so horrible. I watched some YouTube stuff on Delta Force here and there, and there's a couple of like bigger named YouTubers that I'm sure you know. They're like, oh, this is like so Battlefield, like they're finally going in the right direction with it, yada yada yada. But the truth of the matter is, Aftershock really needed to be baked a little bit more than it did. It could have been a very good map. I think that they had the right idea. I really enjoy the more urban warfare than I do like, oh, we're in the desert, oh, we're in the mountains, oh, we're here. I like the kind of city aesthetic to Aftershock, but again, the earthquake thing is just so unnecessary. And then the way that the objectives are set up is really kind of weird. They put the spawns of the enemy like right next to it. Like, I mean, the last objective, the enemy spawn right there, it's a difficult objective to take unless you really get a foothold in there. But I can say that I can commend them for at least trying to do something different that I haven't seen before. You know, the whole idea of like Levolution for Battlefield and everything. They went with their own sort of version of it, and I gotta say that it at least takes balls to do that, especially in the gaming climate right now. So I do commend them for that because they took a gamble, and some people I think do enjoy it. I personally don't. Everybody that I've talked to in game does not, but some people think it's a good map. I'm sure some people out there. I just think they could have done literally anything different with the map, but that's my own opinion, I guess. I don't want to imply that everybody should hate the map. It's just I think they could have done a lot better with it than they did. But as it stands, Delta Force is still a very fun game to play. I still really enjoy it. I mean, I play it almost every single day. The gunplay is still very solid. They changed the UI a little bit, and honestly, the hit registration is a little better. Anyway, that is really going to be it for me. I think that we're in a pretty good spot with Delta Force right now. As long as they can get the map thing figured out, I think we're pretty good to go. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you later.